Hello everyone, and welcome again to another LEGO Bionicle video. For today guys, we're going to be doing a comparison between the Bohrok Pahrak and the Bohrok-Kal Pahrak-Kal. On my left hand side here, we have Pahrak set number 8560, and we have Paracow set number 8577. So in general guys, based on their pieces and things like that, they both have the exact same amount of pieces, 40 pieces each. The only difference, or the main difference I should say, is that he was built in 2003 and he was built in 2002. In a way, I guess continuing the line of the Bohrok story, just because I think it had to be honest. It made sense, but the fact that they didn't really introduce something unique about the Bohrok-Kal was a letdown, to be honest, because it's exactly the same build. There's nothing different about them guys, pretty much saying. The only difference is that he's got plasma shields, he has what is known as the stone shields, and that's pretty much it. You have some other external pieces that are in the different color, but there isn't anything else that's unique about them. Personally, what I would have liked done with the Bohrok-Kal is to make them a bit bigger, something more unique, different. Of course, they were, they were transformed by this mutageous or mutagen type of substance. You would expect them to become much more aggressive, larger, more different to what they originally looked like, and they just pretty much look exactly the same thing. So that was a big disappointment and a letdown by LEGO Bionicle. But I don't know guys, that's kind of my personal opinion. What do you guys think overall? What do you think could have been improved with the Bohrok-Kal, or do you think it should have just been kept the same and just continued on with the storyline? Let me know in the comments below guys. Hopefully we can start like a little discussion on this topic, and yeah, I'd really like to know what you guys think. So here is Pahrak. I really love his color scheme guys. That's something I really admire about this set. You have the light tan that just goes really well with the brown. So brown going on with the shields there, and of course you have the brown on the feet, and then majority of the limb pieces, or actually all the limb pieces, are all in the light tan there, which just goes so well with that dark, awesome looking brown color. Not only that, you also have the covering of the Khurana there, or I guess you would call it the head mask or the lid or the covering or whatever you want to call it. What I really love about it is that it's transparent. You can still see through the Khurana, and not only that, the touch of the brown there, which obviously represents their elemental powers in each of the Bohrok, is just another great idea that LEGO created. I really like that. So of course you can see there clearly the Khurana is sticking out there. That's just something that I really admire. Not only that, of course, you have the trans green eyes. I was gonna say teeth there for a second, but the trans green eyes there, which I also really like as well. A nice touch, and it goes really well with the brown overall. And then you have the basic teeth there, so it's pretty much a standard, motion. You guys have already seen this review, but I'm just going to show you again. There's the head jerking motion, and of course they do give you a green rubber band there, just to go off with the color scheme, which I also really like. So guys, here is what really defines the Bohrok. These awesome shields that they have. Each of them have their own unique elemental powers. Pahrak himself had what it was known as the stone shields. That means, of course, he had the elemental power of stone. He could literally create and control stone, throw them. He carried a pair of stone shields, as you can see there guys, 1 and 2, which allowed him to honestly just do some crazy things. Create seismic energy to destroy rocks. Of course, create rocks to destroy things. And not only that guys, obviously they all had the typical power of curling themselves into a ball and rolling at like really high speeds. That was pretty obvious. But what I love about them is the fact that they all had their own unique powers. Great powers, I have to say. Exactly like the Toa, which I find a bit odd, but at the same time I guess it would kind of make sense. At the end of the day, that's just how it's meant to be, I guess. But personally, Bohrok is the best, and there you can see them guys. I love the color there, the look of them, very unique and different, of course, to Paracows plasma shield, which I'll get into very soon. And last but not least guys, for those of you who don't know what this is what is known as the Khurana. The Khurana could communicate telepathically with other members of the swarm. It was known as the squad leader Khurana. So this allowed them to spread news, information among the swarm, and of course to collect any information on the Toa. So these guys were literally like the leaders. Technically speaking, that's what it's called, squad leader Khurana. And it's a great kind of Khurana, I have to say. I love the definition of it. And very interesting enough though, my Paracow also has the Khurana Kal but I don't know if that's the case. I don't know. Are they all meant to have Za, or will it be different for each of the Pahrak that you do collect? I don't know, guys. I can't really remember, but let me know in the comments below, because I would really like to know, since I have no idea. So here is Bohrok-Kal. Very different in regards to what he has in terms of his powers, but physically wise, he's pretty much the same build. However, in a way, he would have stronger armor, more capabilities to do than what he had in his Bohrok form. But what I can tell you, after they transformed, so all of them, as you all know, the Bohrok transformed by this mutagen type of substance into the Bohrok-Kal, they had very unique abilities. So as an example, Tahnok was originally, he had the ability of fire. Later on, he was given the ability of electricity. Yes, guys, believe that or not, as Tahnok-Kal. Same thing applies with the likes of Gahlok. Gahlok had the elemental power of water, but later, when transformed into Bohrok-Kal, was given the ability of electricity. Same thing applies with Paracow. He was given the ability of plasma. So if you guys don't know what plasma is, it's pretty much this heat ray type of substance which literally melted anything in its pathway. Could you believe that, guys? I know, right? So it's a lot different from his original elemental power of stone. Something unique, and it is quite different, I have to say. I really like the idea, but as mentioned, it would have been great if they had introduced a different form of these guys instead of building the exact same, you know, structure to the original Bohrok. That was a big disappointment, to be honest. A big disappointment. So here, guys, is the plasma shields. Now these things are awesome, powerful weapons. Pretty much so, these plasma, or the plasma embedded inside them, could channel through the plasma shield and come out as like a beam of hot, heated, or some sort of powerful beam ray or something like that, because it was literally hot. It could melt through anything. And not only that, Paracow was also very effective in pretty much a tunneler. So he can tunnel through things, he can go underground literally, because it's kind of like stone. He had the ability to do that. He can just tunnel through things using the shields to grind through the grounds, but he also could turn his shield into a defensive weapon, literally turning any incoming missile or attack or any object into a rolling mass of plasma. So as mentioned, guys, the plasma is really hot, so imagine that being thrown at you, back at you pretty much. That was crazy. And finally, he could literally, anything in his pathway can be turned into this molten mass of just plasma, or kind of a way like lava. And imagine being thrown that into your face, just literally being burnt, being able to burn anything in its pathway. So it's a very interesting power in comparison to his original form. I really like that. So here is what is recognized as the Khurana Za-Kal, one of the 8 Chronicle that you can collect. It was recognized as the Overseer Khurana, had the ability to communicate telepathically with other Chronicle. Not only that, had limited ability to read minds and sense strong emotion. So overall, I would have to say that the Paracow had, you know, a lot more autonomous abilities than the Pahrak. Since the Pahrak were, you know, pretty much instructed by these Khurana, here they have their own ability to think, to talk, and to communicate, to do their own things pretty much, and they had just massively greater weapons. But just to wrap things up now, guys, I think that is pretty much it. Just to show you an overview, and that wraps up the video. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I can really mention about these two. Exactly the same at the end of the day, no different at all. I've already shown you Pahrak's jerking head motion, but here is Bohrok-Kal's head jerking motion. Oh, I accidentally hit him there. But at the end of the day, they're pretty much the same thing, guys. There isn't really much different about them other than their, you know, as mentioned, their powers. They have the same build, different color scheme, just the plasma shields are, you know, obviously different to the stone shields. And yeah, that's all I can really see that's the biggest difference. Other than that, the color scheme is exactly the same, and the likes of, obviously that's just the legs, there's the feet, just some silver added as mentioned, that's different. And I have to say, I really love the patterning of the Bohrok-Kal. In general, I really like it, even with the likes of any other Bohrok-Kal. However, at the end of the day, this just defines the Bohrok here. The transparent look, the ability to see the Khurana, that's the whole point of the Bohrok there. It just looks cool. Of course, they are meant to be insectoid creatures, and for them to have shown that stuff in the set here is just great. By no means am I harming this little dude right here, because he's still cool too. But overall, I prefer Pahrak over Bohrok-Kal, the Bohrok over the Bohrok-Kal. Let me know, guys, what you guys think in the comments below. Which one do you prefer, the Bohrok or the Bohrok-Kal? I leave it in your hands. So there you have it, guys. That is my comparison between Pahrak and Bohrok-Kal. I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. If you have, please smash that thumbs up button, of course, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, so then you guys are all up to date with any new videos I do post out. Let me know, guys, as mentioned in the comments below, what you think on your opinions about which set is better, about what could have been improved, things like that. Of course, as mentioned, to start a little discussion going. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you all so much for watching. I will be talking to you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.